Alright, looks like we're good. Let's go ahead and put the sound back on for the moment. And let's begin. So we have an Elven Mage Thief. Our Elven Mage Thief will be neutral good, so as to start with the highest reputation that he can. Lawful good is not an option since we are a thief. And then we need a roll somewhere in the mid-80s, so let's go ahead and keep the first thing that looks like, I don't know, an 84 or higher. I believe an 83 would be enough for our purposes, but let's just go ahead and check that really quickly. Nice int. Yeah, even an 82 would be enough, but it'd be fun to have something a little higher than that. Though rolling with the Mage Thief is the variance in the rolls that you can get, or the values that you can place for many of the stats means that most of the time our average roll is going to be a lot lower. So it would be nice to have more wisdom so I could identify stuff. Yeah, that's true. Oftentimes I will just end up identifying them using the spell, but I agree, Data, and good to see you. Hope you're doing well. So I'll give it 50 more rolls like I do at this point. 50 more rolls and we'll just take the highest one we get out of that one. Alright, well, we got an 85. I guess we'll just roll with that. And let's go ahead and fill in our new starting stats. 18 strength, 19 dex, 6 constitution, 18 int, 6 wisdom, 18 charisma. Right, sling, important, quarterstaff, whatever. Open locks. For starts. Sleep and blindness. We'll go ahead and take blindness as our starter. Blindness? Yeah, blindness should be fine. It doesn't matter. What are we wearing today? Data is the first user in chat, and his thing is red. So let's go ahead and wear red today.
We're going to gut it with a...
Select insane difficulty, and we are off to the races. Let's go.
Yeah, that might actually work.
No time to chit-chat.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Yeah, that might actually work.
All right, fair enough.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Alright, now we'll talk to him 30 times and we'll get 300 gold back.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays. It's hard to find decent folk nowadays. It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
There we go. Alright, great. So we have a lot of money now.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
This hotel is that clean. Gotta admire someone with that kind of cleanliness.
That's weirdly brilliant. And I will call my new Italian fast casual eatery the Locale Calzone. Zone.
Look for Tethtoril so he can give us an identify scroll that will never return to the quest giver.
Young one.
Instead, we will attempt to write it down. Alright, sweet, we know identify now.
Hey, it's me, Emmoen.
Hey, Imoen, you'll be alive for about, I don't know, 20 more seconds?
Oh, my... Let's have a chat. You're a fool.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
Maybe less.
Hey,
Yeah, that might actually work.
She's down. Alright, cool.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Yeah, actually killing any NPCs does not impact, or sorry, any joinable NPCs will not impact your reputation one bit. But we have to get rid of her because it's a solo run. We can't have her automatically joining our party. It's simply not allowed. Gibberling. Get out of here. Alright.
Party's over.
Kidding me? Blind has a pretty good saving throw modifier, so it's nice to use usually. Alright, we're good. I got the oils of speed that I wanted. So now we are safe to travel to
Alright.
High Hedge. Soon as we unlock both directions. Now, a run can easily end
Alright. Fair enough.
in failure if we get waylaid in the first 3 maps by bandits. And that's a risk that I have to take. There's nothing I can do about that. So if we get lucky, then we won't have to reset. But after that, we will have access to invisibility, and we should not have to worry about resetting the entire rest of the game. It's my hide and shadows score, very low. It is it's just coming from my dexterity, so it's just 30%. 30% hide and shadows. That skeleton is going to make things a little complicated for me. Trying to get into the castle. He's not usually there. I need to get to the castle so that I can purchase invisibility. So let's try and maneuver our way around him, though. Nope, more skeletons. All right. So yeah, we may need to try to do some hide and shadows shenanigans. Check that out. We succeeded, so we better run. Go, 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 go. All right, great.
That's weirdly brilliant.
I be Thalantir. Why do I live in such a pissant town?
Awesome. So we can go ahead and buy a couple things from here very quickly. Let's get the potion case. We can buy the protection from petrification, and we can buy invisibility. These are the only spells that we need to buy at this time. And even protection from petrification is not necessarily something we need to buy at this time. And we got lucky. We were able to successfully write both of them. So that's good. And I have enough money. I could buy a protection from magic scroll. Do I need to do that? Sure.
Why do I live in such a pissant town?
I'll buy it. Protection from magic, 25, 40. Oh, never mind. I can't afford it. All right, cool. So everything's just great.
All right, fair enough.
I'll now make my way to the edge of the map to the west, and I'll unlock the south as well. But we're gonna move west.
Yeah, that...
That's where we'll get our first few levels. And then we'll get the rest of them in Bearghost. And after that, we won't have to worry about...
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that... might act...
All right, fair enough.
Getting waylaid while traveling ever again. Really? It's a lot easier to hit stuff when they're blinded. But sometimes you just gotta kite. Alright, that's our first level up. We'll go ahead and take that. When you get 5,000 experience at once, your first level up is actually 2 levels of Thief level up and 1 level of Mage level up. So that's cool. Go ahead and take 1 point in sleep next. And let's continue. And since we've already had to use our Oil of Speed because our blind failed, I will continue by luring enemies in and then throwing rocks at them. Again, this is a little bit of kiting that, honestly, this is the only place where we have to do this sort of thing. Anytime after this, we're going to be either killing stuff or incapacitating them through blindness or sleep. And this won't ever have to happen. Thankfully, our dexterity is high enough that we are still able to reasonably do well against even the Ogre Berserker that has a relatively good armor class. Ogrelins have significantly less. And less hit points. So the hits should come more frequently against them. Yeah, you see it happening right there. And of course, since we have no armor class to speak of, we cannot afford to let any enemy get to melee range of us. Especially on insane difficulty, and especially since we only have 11 hit points. They will one-shot us, and of course this is a no damage run, so it's not even no reloads. I mean, it is no reloads. But anything that hits us will instantly kill us, so... Just gotta take a wide berth when we're running around stuff. One more rock should kill it. There we go. We're watching a furniture restoration. That is, not something that I have ever done before. And by that I mean watching a furniture restoration, though I've also never done a furniture restoration. That's pretty neat. I'm hoping that this will become more interesting than a furniture restoration relatively shortly. This is just a little bit of early game grinding that we have to do in order to make sure that we are able to travel safely in the mid-game. Alright, so we cleared out all of those enemies, and that's important. Because now, our haste just wore off. Oh, carrion crawler. Forgot about him. Oh, we take way too long to throw stuff when we're not hasted. This is okay. Alright, cool. Got it. 420 experience. So our target here with this early game experience grinding... Oh, I was totally kidding with you, Data, by the way. Not... I'm not going to begrudge anyone any form of entertainment. That was just a joke about how
Happy I am. Yes,
this early game grinding is not exactly the way I want to spend most of my time. And of course we won't be doing that during most of the rest of the game. Like I said, our target is to get to 10,000 experience total in order to enable Mage level 3. Once we get Mage level 3, then we can cast Invisibility. Once we can cast Invisibility, we can travel anywhere we want in the game without being concerned about getting hit. So this guy gives us a potion of magic protection, so that's our first one. We're gonna need that.
That's weirdly brilliant.
And we're done with this map. So the only thing that can stop us from taking damage in transit now is if we get waylaid by bandits on our way to Baragost. Once we get to Baragost, we will be safe. If we play carefully, we will be safe the entire rest of the way. So this is it. Moment of truth. Waylaid, but by dogs. Alright, great. So we got
That's
lucky.
Weirdly brilliant.
The waylay wasn't by any ranged attackers, and we
Yeah,
are
that-
safely in Baragost.
Might actually work.
From here on out, we will be
That's
able
weirdly
to
brilliant.
travel while under the protection of invisibility. Grinding in... Yeah, I never played World of Warcraft either, though I did play enough Diablo 2 to be able to really know about the grind life. So we get 900 experience, that takes us halfway.
I got some cheap beer for you.
Go ahead and rest. And we can sell off some of this stuff. Why not? We'll buy a History of the Fateful Coin.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Get a little bit of experience for talking
So hard
to
to find
Firebeat
decent
again.
folk
Yeah,
nowadays.
If he would stop
Might
so that I
actually
can...
So
work.
hard to find
Turn the quest into
decent
him.
folk now.
He gives me a scroll case.
That's weirdly
is good.
brilliant.
And now we have two people left to eliminate on this map. One of them is for an item, and one of them is for the remaining experience that we want to get. So here's the one for the experience, Silky. Go ahead and toss blindness spells at her until she is actually blind. There it is, success. And now we'll throw rocks at her. There's that level up, so now we are happily at mage level 3, which means we now have access to invisibility, which means no more damage
Alright.
in transit.
You
So
won't.
now I don't have to worry about damage in transit as long as I play carefully, but I still have to, of course, worry about taking damage from any other sources.
Yeah,
But if we get
that-
waylaid by ranged attackers, we
actually
will be
work.
invisible, so we will not be scared of them. That's good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get in sight of our gem bag. Sorry, I mean Nira.
That's weirdly brilliant.
I forgot there was an
weirdly
invisibility potion in this house, so we're gonna go ahead and get that. Don't think any of these things are trapped. I think one of them might be locked. Where is that invisibility potion? Ah, there you are. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab that. Don't need any of the other stuff.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Any invisibility potions that we can get our hands on, I'm going to opt to get, simply because they are that good.
Hey, you wanted to see me?
Alright, fair enough.
We need them for the final battle. Money isn't very much of an issue in this playthrough, but there are some very expensive things that we need to do. For example, recharging a wand of fire is a thing that we need to do that's very expensive. And we also need to just make sure that we have enough money for spells, to whatever spells that we need to buy. yesterday when I did like our full playthrough as practice for this run, I bought every spell in the game. I may not end up doing that on tonight's stream. I may just buy only the spells that I need. So it's really just a matter of being able to recharge our Wand of Fire and purchasing an expensive sling and bullets and potions. So those are the things that we're going to spend the most money on, but for the most part, I don't need to worry about picking up too much stuff. In the early game, money is the biggest issue, but we've picked up most of the stuff that we should have. I did forget to pick up a diamond, but I can go and grab that really quickly. It's not a big deal. In fact, let's go ahead and get that.
That's weirdly brilliant.
So normally if I'm on this map, I should have gone further north on the path and grabbed this diamond.
That's weirdly brilliant.
So there's an example. It's now whenever we travel and we get waylaid, as long as the place that we're traveling to isn't further than 24 hours away from us,
Weirdly brilliant.
we will be able to bypass them safely. Likewise, if we're resting while invisible, any enemies that interrupted our sleep will disappear, and we have a time to move away from them and then rest again. I'm not even going to talk to that guy. Forget him. Ignore that gibberling as well. Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Just kidding, it's not a problem. So once again, you see we're getting interrupted by gibberlings and wolves while we're trying to sleep. All we have to do is walk out of sight of them and then rest. And everything is fine again.
All right, fair enough.
So I will stick around on this map really quickly just to kill off a pesky ogre. So we'll bypass this wolf. Don't need to worry about him at all. Where's that ogre? There's a safe place to approach him from. How about right here? Alright, he's asleep. And take the belt that we want. And we go north to Friendly Arm.
Yeah, that
Resting at the Friendly Arm Inn
might
is
actually work.
no risk of getting interrupted anywhere on the Friendly Arm Inn map. So that's really good. We also get Ever Memory, which is going to double our level 1 spells. So it's also nice.
That's weirdly brilliant. That's weirdly brilliant.
Alright, we put our hobgoblins to sleep. Throw rocks at them. This one is the one that we really wanted to kill because he had flame dance ring. That's a quest turn.
Alright.
We'll unlock the way north, and then we continue back into the actual inn.
Alright. Yes? Fair enough. That's weirdly brilliant.
Alright, so we rested, and our next obstacle to overcome is going to be Tarnesh, the nefarious level. I don't know what level this guy is.
Hi,
But
friend.
he's a mage, he's an asshole, and he is blind. And now he's dead.
That's
Hey,
weirdly
friend.
brilliant.
Good to meet a fine sod such as yourself.
Please, seat yourselves whatever you wish.
Alright. Fair enough. Alright. Fair enough.
They went unhostile somehow. That's a new one. It's a very new one. I needed the invisibility potion. I'm not going to be killing any more NPCs after this. Just the ones that had useful items. Terribly sorry, Khalid.
Yeah, that might actually work.
You cannot get better than the stability stone walls provide.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Alright, I think we're actually good to go here. We don't need to...
Alright.
Don't need to worry about anything else in this area.
Alright. Fair enough.
Oh, it would be nice probably to memorize identify and go ahead and learn what we're holding here. Oh, we can sell most of it.
Yeah,
That's weirdly brilliant.
Becomes a fighter with 13 strength, someone who is supposed to be an archer? I don't know.
It's been dreadful slow business lately.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Alright. Great news, we're going to be able to play a little bit of Divinity 2 with my brother a little bit later. So we'll stream until he messages me, and then we'll be doing that on stream. And then if he has to go a little early, we can continue our no damage run in Baldur's Gate. But yeah, we'll be taking a break to do Divinity once he messages me.
That might actually work.
All right, fair enough.
We should be relatively far into the run by the time that happens.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Alright, smash and grab, success. And we are out. Come away with our big prize, the Wand of Fire. Best wand in the game.
Alright, fair enough.
Not really sure if there's even any debate on that one.
Please, will no one help me? It will be hard going without my son.
I wonder how necessary it is for me to go all the way to Olgath's Beard. At least I should... Yeah, what I can do is at least go this far.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Unlock the direction for Olgath's Beard, and then I can just go to the Nashkel Mines already. I don't need to worry about this too much. Not yet, anyway.
Stop! You are trespassing on my land home!
That's weirdly brilliant. Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, that might actually work.
That's weirdly brilliant.
There's the skeleton walking around.
Oh god, did I peak when I was 18?
Oh god, did I?
That's weirdly brilliant.
So in order to go to a specific map, you only need to have touched the edge of a map that borders it on the correct side. So I will be able to travel to the map that I want to go to next without having... So this is the one that I want to go to next, but I'm unlocking all the directions that are bordering this so that next time when I want to travel from Nashkel to Baragost, I will have a straight line to travel. If you don't, then your character will not know that the map, like the connecting map exists, and they'll try to travel all the way around. So you can have travel times from Nashkel to Baragost if you've gone around the convoluted way like I'm doing, and you haven't bothered to collect all the bordering maps. You can end up with a travel time that takes somewhere in the 72-hour range if you don't do what I just did. So you get this connecting map, and then there's one more connecting map north of Nashkel, and we'll be getting that one as well.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Greetings, playthings. Thou hast found me when I alone could not. Greetings, playthings. Thou hast found me when I alone could not.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that
With your hurried...
might act.
That's weirdly
Alright, we jump right
brilliant.
into chapter 2. Get our quest to go north. Or sorry, to go south to the mines and investigate them.
citizen.
Hello. So we'll be doing that.
That's
But
weirdly
as you can
brilliant.
see here, now I've connected the maps together, so it only takes 12 hours to travel back to Baragost, now that I've unlocked this direction.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Thank you, Ben. It is weirdly brilliant.
Alright, fair enough.
Welcome to my humble establishment.
Alright, let's sell some of our stuff to this dude. I'll sell the Belt of Antipode as well. It's really not... doesn't make a difference. All I'm gonna do... So I'm gonna update what I'm doing a little bit, and all I'm gonna do instead is... I'm not gonna fight any Winter Wolves. I just need to kill one guy in the Mage Maze, and it's the guy that's gonna give me my Scroll of Stone Skin. Everything else, I don't need to worry about.
Alright, fair enough.
Oh, you have returned.
Nope, I'm not Oobleck. What are we doing on XP? Oh, we're not close to a level up, but we don't need to be.
Alright, fair enough.
So once again, I'm touching the direction of the map that I'd like to be able to travel to later. So, for example, the Carnival, I'm going to be going to next before I go south to the mines. But I need to touch the eastern direction from Nashkel in order to... Oh my god, get this guy. Yeah. He does, yes, but at this point, I'm
Yeah, that
not worrying about
might
experience
actually work.
as much. I already have the spells that I need to get me most of the rest of the way through the game. Hello, Graham. Good to see you. Do I speedrun this game? No, not really. This run is, I want to say, efficient, but I'm not doing a speed run as much as I am an efficient damageless run. I think it's the best way that I can put it. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good evening so far. I don't even need to worry about the red potion anymore, since I'm not worrying about equipping Stone Skin yet. Doesn't need to happen.
You need a new tailor. Your clothes are absolutely dreadful.
Guys, my clothes are absolutely
I've got the
dreadful.
best prices this side of Cormier.
Hurts my feelings.
You
That's
need a new
weirdly
tailor.
brilliant.
Your clothes are absolutely dreadful.
This way, good sir. Over here.
I've got the best
that
prices this side of Cormier.
might actually work.
Alright, we sold all that stuff. I thought it was a fun idea as well, and I appreciate you you agreeing.
Alright, fair enough.
This one is interesting. So on this channel, I've completed a damageless run of Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of Amn with a mage cleric, a solo mage cleric. On that run, I used a lot of summons, which is why for the mage thief, which I believe to be a more powerful class, especially for soloing, I've imposed the extra restriction upon myself for no summons. So no summons at any point during the runs with the mage thief. So it's just my guy
Fair enough.
and what he can do.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, fair enough.
I believe that it will not take me more than a couple attempts to get this done correctly. I was very concerned about the Ducal Palace, but after Data, you referred to what happened last night. Yeah, I think the Ducal Palace fight being solved with Chaos is
So you want to take a look at me?
it makes things pretty straightforward for me here. It's just a matter of me focusing enough to play carefully.
Citizen.
I think the bigger challenge, of course, is going to be in Baldur's Gate 2. But we gotta get there first, so let's do it.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, fair enough.
So the joys of playing a... yes, they did. I was unable to figure out where the viewership was coming from, Data. And I did a little bit of extra research on my own, but apparently this can happen from time to time where someone can get unintentionally viewer botted. I believe our regular viewership was what it actually was, and there was just a whole bunch of bots floating around. Not a big deal, nothing to be concerned about. I treated it like any normal stream. We got a couple new followers anyway. We got some new friends, so that you know, all in all, it was a really fun stream. But I wouldn't expect that to happen every night at this point. And I'm not, of course I don't look most of the time. You guys brought it up yesterday, which is what made me pay a little bit of attention. but I don't believe it's happening tonight.
Hogwarts is fictional. Do you know that? It's important to me that you know that.
So the joy of playing a mage thief is that we can actually just bypass those traps without the need of stone skin. All we need to do is just be invisible, and we can disarm traps all day long while remaining invisible. You cannot pick locks, and I don't believe you can pick pockets, but you can disarm traps while maintaining invisibility, which is one of the key elements of this run, honestly. So I'm gonna detect all 3 of these traps, and then we'll disarm them all in succession. There's the third. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, we're still invisible.
Yeah, that might actually work.
We'll make our way past all of these guards.
Yeah, that
Scout out our
might actually work.
4 koboldy friends. Hello, you little rats. Oh no, there was an extra casualty. Sorry, Zan. I guess I was joking when I said that Khalid was going to be the last casualty. We're all doomed.
What? What? How? What? How'd you get in here?
No, how'd you get in here? Oh, shit. The traps in the final battles are, as far as I know, not disarmable. That's why we don't bother going and stepping on any of those. The only thing that I rely on in the final battle is my backstabbing capabilities. Oh, sorry, we're in chapter 3 now, aren't we? That was fast. Alright, and so if we want to leave...
Do not dream.
We just turn ourselves invisible and waltz right back out. And these guys don't know that their brothers in the tent and their Cyric-worshipping human friend have met an untimely demise. None the wiser.
Yeah, that...
I have played Pillars 1, but not Pillars 2. I found Pillars 1 to be enjoyable, but not replayable.
Must revenge.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Thanks for the dagger, sir. I will happily take my potion of invisibility and be on my way.
Yeah,
off we go.
Might actually work.
That's weirdly brilliant.
We can go ahead and get a protection from magic scroll for free on the map south of here. So let's go ahead and go and do that. Looks like pathing is preventing us from bypassing there, so we'll just walk around.
Yeah, that might actually work.
When you leave the area, everyone is mystified. I played it when it came out, which is a good few years ago now, so I don't remember the entire, like, everything that I did in that game. What I do remember is, and I'm sure this might have been patched out, but there was a area of effect paralyzing spell. It was a high-level, like, wizard spell that was, it ended up being the solution to every problem in the game, including the final boss, at the time that I played it, and that kind of, it was extremely disappointing, we'll put it that way. Because it turned the game from being, you know, relatively challenging to, if you just had that spell,
Useful gadgets I have.
you just
Yes,
won,
I do.
regardless of, oh, whoops. Didn't get the protection for Magic Scroll because I chose the wrong dialogue options. Oh well. Yeah, the gameplay was really good. It's the most similar thing that I've seen to Baldur's Gate's style of gameplay, real-time with pause. It's something that we're not going to be seeing in Baldur's Gate 3. We may never know. It was probably you. Yeah. Here they don't mention it at all, but I mean, what are they gonna say, right?
You have been waylaid
All right,
enemies.
fair enough.
You must defend yourself.
So, as you can see, we got waylaid by archers for the first time, but everything was fine because we were safely out of there. We'll return to Nashville.
Yeah,
The only reason we return to
actually
Nashville is to
work.
get the reputation point and the little bit of experience, but otherwise we're not fighting against Nimble. Don't care about him at all. One of the things that the Mage Thief can do that a Mage Cleric could not do is get to the Boots of Speed a lot faster. And that's one of the things that is going to make this run as fast as it is. Well, like, I don't know how long my brother and I are going to be playing Divinity tonight, but I would expect that we'd be able to finish this run within the confines of one stream. Let's go to Beargost.
Fair enough.
We are closing in on that level up, but
Yeah, that might actually work.
don't need it yet. Let's go ahead and get some castings of blind. The thing with Kranzig is that we learned yesterday, he's got pretty good saving throws, especially against spell. So we may need multiple castings of blind. But the good news about blind is that if you fail a blind attempt, it does not cause people to go hostile. So I'm gonna go upstairs and cast blindness at this guy, and if it fails, he's just gonna keep standing there. He'll only go hostile if we fail. So you see, he's save versus spell. We'll keep trying it. Eventually, it'll work. And we may have to rest.
Power.
Stop politicizing
Yeah,
my
that
genitals. Thanks
might
so much for
actually
the follow. Welcome on in. Would you say that your genitals lean more to the right or to the left?
Seems to me like these men want a little trouble. I'll give them trouble.
He's very resistant to this thing, and that's fine. I am patient. This is not a speed run. I just need to make sure that he gets blinded eventually.
Yeah, that
I could do this
actually
faster.
work.
I really could. So if I fail the 4 blinds right here, then I'll kill him the other way.
I'll give him trouble.
Look at this blind resistant bastard. Incredible. 12 blind spells in a row.
You got it with a machete.
and he resisted all 12 of them. What a cool dude. But he could not resist some good old-fashioned Scorcher charges to the face. And he's dead now.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Yeah, the Wand of Fire is one of the things that makes arcane casters so damn good. Saving throws gain bonuses from Constitution for shorty classes only. So gnomes, halflings, dwarves will get the Constitution bonuses to the saving throws. Otherwise, it's based on your character class. So, and then any other equipment that you're getting. So, like, fighters will get better saving throws than wizards, for example, will. I think I have that right. I think fighter saving throws are gained a little bit faster than wizards are. What is this? I'll get that the heck out of here.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Alright, let's make our way back to the edge of the map. Travel north. And sometimes enemies just get, like, coded saving throws that are just ungodly. And apparently Transig is one such guy. He's just got really good saving throws. And good for him, but he maybe should have looked into fire resistance.
Yeah, that might actually work.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Let's check our money at the moment. 16. Oh, we leveled up and I hadn't even paid attention. Let's go ahead and get that. That's pretty helpful. So we get extra level 1 spells. So take another Identify, why not? And I'll take 1 sleep. I don't think we need it anymore. I don't think we're actually going to be hitting anything with sleep from here on out. But the extra casting of invisibility is really nice. Let's go ahead and grab that.
You have been waylaid by
Yeah, that might actually work.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Alright, cool. We're still invisible. For another, what? 4 hours? Something like that. The bandit camp is, normally you'd be like talking your way through here or fighting your way through here, but what a lot of people may not realize is that the only thing that you need to do to complete the chapter is get the evidence out of the chest in Tazok's tent.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Money and Tazok have proven.
Cool.
Weirdly
Let's keep going. Oh, we're already in chapter 4. That's fun. Personally, I think that's fun. And we can refuel at the Friendly Arm Inn. Yeah, and good on you, obviously. I just don't, I don't have any need to take the risk, you know? Yeah, those guys are all bastards and totally deserve it, but...
Yeah, that
That's weirdly brilliant.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Yeah, yep. Though, Data, that there's a difference in that Baldur's Gate 1, and yeah, I'm sure a lot of the things that you're saying are correct about CD technology. Baldur's Gate 1 just has so many more maps total than Baldur's Gate 2 does. Baldur's Gate 1's got maps that dot all of this. And we haven't unlocked all of them. There's several here, there's Durlag's Tower, there's Temple, and there's all these other maps. Some out here. The 6th CD, of course, had Olgath's Beard and all the surrounding clues there. Honestly, if you were doing everything in Baldur's Gate 1, if you wanted to do, like, everything, it would come out to be a similar amount of playtime to Baldur's Gate 2, which people consider to be the longer game. But if you stop to do everything, oh my god, in the city, all the houses in the city, there's like a quest in every house.
Yeah, that
That's weirdly brilliant.
You have been waylaid.
yeah, that might actually work.
That's weirdly brilliant.
I know. Now you get a game that's literally what, like hundreds of times the size of our of games like this one. Filled with stuff. Pretty incredible.
Yeah,
really.
that might actually work.
As darkness falls.
We still invisible?
All right, fair enough.
Hard to tell. Nope. We need to be.
You have been waylaid by
Yeah, that might actually work.
Sorry, spiders.
All right.
We're not even stopping for a chat today. Somebody survived? $100 GB update, I know. It is really crazy to think about. Yeah. Oh, that's a problem. That's actually a big problem because we didn't rest to refresh invisibility.
Yeah, that might actually
All right, we
work.
got a little lucky there, and everything's fine.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Let's see where our friend is. So the guy that we're was running away from there is the guy that has missile weapons, and I need to be careful of him. So I just need to watch and make sure that I'm not getting attacked. If I am, then I just run away. So, like, right there. See, that guy's running at me? And he has a missile weapon. So I can't let him hit me. I don't have any summons in between me and him. Am I gonna run out of fire charges? That would be unfortunate. It looks like I am gonna have to go and refill my Wand of Fire before I am ready to. That's a good thing we have the Necklace of Missiles as well, so that we can actually get our Boots of Speed when we finish killing this guy. There it goes. Alright, cool. Alright, great. So we now have our favorite item in the game, the Boots of Speed. We will run around the rest of the game twice as fast as we used to run. So that's great. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to escape to the Friendly Arm Inn. The good news is anything that waylays me, and there will be waylays. This is a 58-hour trip. Sorry, 68-hour trip. Oh, okay. I guess there won't be waylays.
All right.
All the waylays in the Cloakwood area are melee attackers, so I don't even need to worry about doing the invisibility stuff, anything like that. It's not really a big deal. Now, of course, we're invisible.
That's weirdly
I'm
brilliant.
here at High Hedge to refill my Wand of Fire, so let's go ahead and do that. And after that, I won't need to refill it ever again. What's my reputation sitting at right now? 16? That should be enough for what I need to do. So the reason that I have reputation and like high reputation and high charisma, so I can get discounts when buying stuff. So I'm gonna sell some of my items, right? And I guess I should identify the rest of this stuff. And I'm gonna sell my Wand of Fire, and I'll sell the Necklace of Missiles as well. I don't need that anymore after this. Get that out of here. I can also sell Ring of Suna. I think we're good now in terms of money. Because when you buy back an item that has charges on it, it will refill to the max amount of charges that that vendor is able to sell. So now I have 50 Fireballs and 50 Scorchers back on my Wand of Fire. That's great. I also have 25, I believe. If you rebuy the Necklace of Missiles, I think it gives you 25 Fireballs back as well. But I think this is going to be more than enough for our purposes. And now we are going to get right back out of here.
Yeah, that might actually work.
So once again, I'll travel to the mine.
You have been waylaid.
That's
Got
weirdly
waylaid.
brilliant.
Defend yourself. You have been
Got waylaid.
That's weirdly brilliant.
must defend yourself.
But like I said, I run faster than they do by a lot. All right, great. So now we can finish
That's
chapter
weirdly
4.
brilliant.
No big deal.
Yeah, that Might actually work.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
By talking to that bat, I revealed
Might
myself.
actually work.
But it's okay, because I had extra castings of invisibility. Opening doors does not break invisibility, though picking locks will, so I'll show that in just a second. So even opening hidden doors, however, if I go to lockpick this door, you can see that revealed me. But then if I recast invisibility and open the door that I just unlocked, that will not reveal my invisibility,
Yeah,
so I can continue.
Might actually work.
So you can see at this point we've really toned down the amount of violence that we inflict to basically be anything that we absolutely have to kill, otherwise like because it's in the way, or anything that's going to give us a very high amount of experience, right? So this guy, for example, I have to kill because he's going to be in the way otherwise. So my deepest condolences to this dude. But he's now blind.
All right.
Did he stop?
Fair enough.
Cool.
All right. Fair enough.
Let's put him out of his misery. Don't think any of the potions in these things are invisibility potions, which is the only type of potion that I care to pick up, so don't need to worry about that too much. We'll detect the hidden door. We'll also detect all 5 of the traps in this hallway, 2 of which are the ones that spawn the battle horrors. So if you disarm these traps, the battle horrors will not spawn. Fun fact. And now, Daviorn is sitting right down there, and we'll throw fireballs at him until he calls us a meddling fool, and then we'll keep throwing fireballs until he keels over and starts chapter 5. So this takes about, I don't know, 10 fireballs, something like that. He has pretty high fire resistance, as you can see. He's resisting most of the damage that we would have dealt. But not all of it. Alright, we're meddling fools, so maybe 3 more fireballs, and it's game over for him. Okay, fine. Last one.
You have dealt a great blow to the organization.
Cool, let's raid the rest of this crap. Hey Stefan. Don't mind me, just stealing some spells I don't own. Just trying to memorize whatever I can. And we are out of here.
Yeah, that might actually work.
So we gave Rill the money that he needs. And we can get 2 reputation points and a couple thousand experience. All we have to do is talk to this guy and say, yeah, we talked to Rill. And then we run away from that guy. 2 reputation, 2,000 experience, and we are outie. Bye. Let's rest up at the Friendly Arm Inn. Wow, we made it all the way to Friendly Arm without...
That's weirdly brilliant.
Pretty incredible. Let's see. We could go to Ulgath's Beard right now and just get that Scroll of Stone Skin. Let's go ahead and do that. Shouldn't take more than a few seconds. Yeah, let's go do that.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Hergen would speak at you, so listen up a moment or two.
That's weirdly brilliant.
You want some whiskey?
Okay, can I have that? Have any potions to sell him? Really? The thing I do want to buy from here is this old staff +3. I'll also grab a potion of Mirrored Eyes, which should be helpful. We'll equip this quarterstaff +3. It's the best staff that we can get our hands on, and we're good.
All right, fair enough.
So, how many castings of invisibility do I have? 2? Okay, that's more than enough. Oh, I messed that up.
Tonight you dream.
All right.
What do you need?
Okay, yeah. Send me to this mage island, please. So unlike yesterday, I'm going to leave all of these fools alone.
Yeah, that...
Including the
All right,
Winter Wolves.
fair enough.
And the other mages. The only things that I will stop to do is disarm traps on my way to the Stoneskin Scroll. There we go. Now, I'm going to proceed a little bit carefully here because I have not applied any spell protections on myself, and I do not want to get bopped by any of these traps. So I'm just going to kind of inch forward here until we detect them. So unfortunately, I do not have their exact locations along the corridors memorized. So let's just inch our way forward until we find it. There's one of them. Keep moving forward. I believe the next one is around the corner, but it could be right here, and I wouldn't remember.
Hogwarts is fictional. Do you know that? It's important to me that you know that.
Oh, there it is. Okay, great. Go ahead and disarm that bad boy. I believe that is all the traps. Yeah, that is all the traps. Great. And the reason that we did all that was because this is the only place where we can get a Stoneskin Scroll in the entire game, if we're playing solo. The only other Stoneskin Scroll that's available is if you are playing the Enhanced Edition and you have Nira on your team. If you finish her quest all the way through, you can get yourself another Stoneskin Scroll. Or if you're a sorcerer, then you can learn Stoneskin as one of your inherent things. But those are the only 3 ways that you can get Stoneskin in this game. And we'll hold on to that scroll for later, because we do not have 25 intelligence right now. Let's go ahead and rest. Make our way back to Baldur's Gate.
All right, fair enough. All right, fair enough.
Or just cheat? Yeah, well, you could do that too if you really wanted to, but this is, of course, a no reload and no cheats mod. No cheats run. I'll go ahead and take my stretch break really quickly. So I'm just gonna stretch for circulation. I'm not gonna leave my chair at the moment. But if you guys have any questions about what we've done so far, we're already in chapter 5. Feel free to fire them my way. Happy to answer any questions about the run, the stream, myself, anything you want. And if there are no questions, that's fine. We can sit in silence while I just rest my eyes really quickly. And then we'll resume in just a couple of seconds. That's all right. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue.
Citizens, please step forward.
Alright, we're still trying to avoid Elminster for no reason.
Alright.
But we can just leave him standing in 20 different locations around, well, no. 4 different locations that I'm aware of around around the map. Though I think we did talk to him.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Maybe once. Anyway, not a big deal.
Yeah, that might actually work.
They give you enough room to walk around. Yeah, the greater doppelgangers. Yes, I agree with that.
Might actually work.
100%. So the first tome that we get our hands on is actually the dexterity tome. Our dexterity is now 20.
'Twill be the darkest day you never seen before I don't have what you need.
Let's go ahead and buy our necessary potions from our friend Black Lily here. Let's go ahead and buy Oils of Speed, Potion of Magic Protection, and the Potion of Power that she sells. Let's go ahead and grab those. I'll buy the Sling of Unerring Accuracy as well for the +2 to hit. Yep. Nice. You can see it's gives us a little bit better chance to hit. I'll buy some +2 slings later on when I come back with a little bit more money, when I actually need to like throw rocks at stuff. Right now I don't need to.
Hi, friend.
Hey, friend. I came from inside the building. Why do you need to know if I know the password? I came from inside.
All right, fair enough. All right,
Unreal.
fair enough.
Good thing I knew the password. What up, Con with Strength?
Yeah,
how are we doing?
That might actually work.
Potions of Invisibility. Yes, please, we'll buy those. Oils of Speed. I don't know if we need all 3 of these, but we'll get them anyway. I'll leave the Potions of Mind Focusing, Potions of Genius for later. That's fine.
Yeah, that might actually work.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, things are going all right. Now I'm having a great evening. We are playing we're playing through our run. I didn't make a gnome because gnomes don't get access to necromancy spells. Yeah, this is the first run of the day. Hey, Lint. Good to see you. Yeah, gnomes don't have access to the full gamut of mage spells, so I feel like Death Spell is going to be something that I really want to have, especially if I'm relying on no summons in Baldur's Gate 2. So, Death Spell's pretty important.
Yeah, that...
For a successful run.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Yeah, that... might actually work.
All right, fair enough.
But like I was saying, sorry, we're playing through this part of the run. My brother's going to ping me in a little bit whenever he's available, and we're going to be working on our Divinity 2 playthrough. So we'll stream a little bit of that for you guys, and then if we finish up early, then I will return to the Baldur's Gate run, since we're already this far along in it. But yeah, so Divinity 2 is coming up in just a little bit whenever he reaches out to me. Because we play based on his availability.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Let's go ahead and grab the most expensive hat in the game.
Yeah, that might actually
which we
work.
cannot wear. And we will not wear.
All right, fair enough. All right, fair enough.
Let me take that.
That's weirdly brilliant. That's weirdly brilliant. All right, fair enough.
But please, might I have your ear a moment?
There is nothing I can do. But I must do something.
Data, that is accurate.
Risk is everything.
There's not a lot going on in the middle chapters aside from just making sure that I'm diligent about invisibility.
Might actually work.
Yeah, the no damage run has been submitted for Team Hitless.
That's weirdly
they'll
brilliant.
verify it at some point. Not really in any rush for that one. The VOD, of course, is in the highlights on our channel. I don't want your potion. Give me what I want. Our wisdom is now a whopping 7. Thank you.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Alright, how long into good eve on you and yours, my friend, is this dummy gonna get?
Good eve on...
Well, he got close. I'm honestly not sure about the answer to that question, Data. And Team Hitless is for Soulsborne or FromSoft games only. So Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro to date. A lot of what I've seen is people focusing on one game. Like I have, right? I don't have a lot of plans to play any of the Dark Souls games or Bloodborne. But if I were to do any more runs, they would be in Sekiro. Some people only have one run in one game, but sometimes they'll have more than that. Grab another casting of invisibility. It really does not matter what we put in level 3. We're not using any level 3 spells. What else do we need here? Another protection for petrification. Never hurt anybody, and another identify. Sure, why not? All right, let's summon the Flaming Fist army. Oh, dang it! I tried really hard to summon the Flaming Fist army.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
That's weirdly brilliant. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Our intelligence is now 19. So it's just like if we were a gnome anyway.
All right, that's weirdly brilliant.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Are we done in this chapter, basically? What else do I need to do here? I guess I can rest one more time, but for the most part, I'm good.
Actually work.
Hey, friend. Good to meet a fine...
Nope. I'm not that guy.
All right.
All right, let's go to the south.
One is not forced to walk in the steps of their father.
Let's go raid the ducal, or sorry, not the ducal palace, the Iron Throne.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Misdirection and backstabs the gnome gets one more of. I suppose you could look at it that way. Another way you could look at it is that since if you have boots of speed or haste, you can run around a corner and hide in shadows. If we wanted to do a lot of backstabbing, we could just max out hide in shadows, you know, get 100 in each, and just like run around a corner, hide in shadows, come back, backstab. The more likely thing that we're gonna do, if we're gonna be doing any backstabs at all, are just gonna be entirely out of mislead. Although, should I count mislead as a summon? Maybe I should count mislead as a summon and we just won't do any backstabbing.
All right, fair enough. All right, fair enough. All right, fair enough.
Let's count mislead as a summon. Why not? We're gonna be okay in terms of dealing damage.
That's weirdly brilliant. All right, fair enough.
All right, so we raided the Iron Throne. Let's go ahead and do a couple things in the city just to wrap up here.
Yeah, that might actually.
All right, we can do them on this map. Yeah, let's just say no summons or clones. How about that? How about that for Baldur's Gate 2? I don't think it's still going to be that big of a challenge. I really don't think it will be. But
the storm shall take those who are unfaithful.
Can we talk to Tenya, please?
Yeah, that might actually work.
Amberly guides my way.
Yeah, give me the body of that fool.
Yeah,
cool,
that
thanks.
might actually work.
All right, so we'll return that guy's body to his dad. And we'll get a lot of experience and a shield that we can't use.
Friend.
a long-tongued lout, ain't
Yeah,
you?
that
Good day, and hello to you.
might actually work.
You're a long-tongued
that-
lout, ain't you?
Might actually work.
Fools
All
to
right.
cry.
Fair enough.
That's not the one I wanted. This one?
That's weirdly brilliant.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Where'd that basilisk at? Oh, he's in here. No! Luckily, we came prepared.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Hello, Senor Basilisk. Thanks for the 7,000 experience. Really do appreciate your patronage to our Ben Wyatt Experience Point Fund. It's a very generous donation.
Yeah, that
Take that Sphere
might
gem
actually
to
work.
this dude. He'll give us 1,000 experience. That's very
Yeah,
kind.
that
And we'll take this child's body to this guy, and he'll give us a bunch more experience.
All right. Fair enough. All right.
Hey, dude.
Fair enough.
What?
Look at that. 5,000 experience, 2,000 gold, and a shield that we will not use. Awesome. Alright, let's get the hell out of here.
Weirdly brilliant. All right. Fair enough. All right.
Greetings,
Fair enough.
taxpayers. I am Duke Elter. Your journey.
Wow, cool. We're in chapter 6 now. Things are going quite well.
yeah, that
Hold, travelers!
might actually
Before you
work.
will be
Let me
allowed
in, I've got the
entrance,
book.
You must donate a tome of great value to our library.
You close your eyes.
Just ignore Catterley. I mean, honestly.
That's weirdly brilliant. All right. Fair enough.
You need something, stranger?
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Stop talking to me. I want to go to jail.
Our
All right.
library is
Fair
a
enough.
man's harem.
I rolled 3 doubles in a row in Monopoly.
Very strict.
Alright. We're in jail. Time for Ulront to be a weirdo and talk some shit to us, and I'll tell him to... Called him a coot. That's really mean. I almost feel bad. But I don't. History of the North. Yeah, right.
Fair enough.
Alright, great. Let's go ahead and reapply invisibility here, and we're just gonna go and unlock a whole bunch of traps.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Or sorry, disarm a whole bunch of traps and then unlock a whole bunch of other stuff. So there's one trap to disarm. I believe the next ones are right down here. 1, 2, 3. And one more on the actual There we go, and you saw that picking the lock revealed our invisibility, whereas disarming traps did not. It's another wisdom tome. Our wisdom is now a whopping 8.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Nice. We could rest at any point here. Nope. Sure, why not? Just keep going.
All right.
There we go.
Fair enough. All right. Fair enough.
Oh boy, it would be really nice to get 14,000 experience for free, right? Oh, go. Oh, you have to get all the tomes. It's imperative. I don't even consider that to be a question. I don't consider a run in Baldur's Gate 1 to be complete unless you've gotten all the tomes.
Life continues to be quite the...
We're gonna spend most of our time in Chapter 7 collecting tomes, in fact, so let's go ahead and do all that. Our strength has been raised by 1 permanently. It is now 19.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Yeah, I know. With Baldur's Gate 2, you actually only gain a couple of stat points and you lose some, and then you just have the Lum the Mad. My pronunciation? Oh, sorry. Did I do something weird? Did I say something weird or do something weird? If I'm not aware of it, go ahead and let me know. Oh, sorry, a tome and a tomb. Yeah, gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. It makes sense now. Alright, let's go ahead and get those tomes, yeah? First place to go is High Hedge.
Yeah, that
we're invisible, it's fine.
might actually work. Yeah, that might actually work.
You have been waylaid
That's
by
weirdly
enemies.
brilliant.
You must defend yourself.
Yeah, that might actually work.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Right. So the Constitution Tome is in a cave on this map. Let's go ahead and get that. I have honestly no idea how much experience we have at the moment. Okay, no, we're doing fine. But we could honestly finish the game at this level and it wouldn't matter. Basically, I think as soon as you hit level 2, no, you need more thief levels. You need to be able to disarm traps, but you don't need much more than that.
Alright, fair enough.
Thief level 4 might be good enough to finish the game the exact same way that we've been doing it. The Mage Thief is just so much more versatile and able to handle... The ability to handle all these traps without worrying is incredibly useful.
Yeah, that
yeah, I picked up the Scroll of Stone Skin, but I don't need to learn it until I am about to do the Ducal Palace fight. Before that, I have no need.
That's weirdly brilliant.
At all. Because I am not allowing anything even the remotest opportunity to hit me. Damage Restoring is just a thief? I might, yeah. I've been thinking about it. And that would make the potions of invisibility a lot more useful. It would be very difficult. Let's put it that way. Because I'd have to rely on hide in shadows for a good amount of it. But you can't hide in shadows and detect traps at the same time. Now, a thing that would make that easier is if there was a ring of invisibility in the game, which I believe there is. If I get access to that ring of invisibility, then a thief is going to be just fine. But you basically need to just conserve enough invisibility potions to be able to backstab Sarevok at the end. That's really the only thing that makes it very much different than what we're doing with this mage. And the other thing, of course, is that the thief would be kiting a lot more. We are able to blind things as our mage. We wouldn't be able to do that with
That's
a
weirdly brilliant.
Pure thief. So there's your differences, I suppose.
Party's over.
Hello, AOD. I'll call you AOD, but if there's a better pronunciation, go ahead and let me know. Good to see you. How are you? Good to see you. I said good to see you twice. That's how good it is to see you.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Do not mind being called AOD. Perfect. Welcome on in.
Yeah, that might actually work. Yeah, that might actually work.
Okay, great questions. So this game, if you're playing without mods, you're gonna have a hard time doing what you'd like to do. So Rangers can dual class, but if they're humans, and you need only humans are allowed to dual class. Elves, while they get a bonus to bows, which is probably the reason that you're interested in playing as an Elven Ranger, they cannot dual class. So you wouldn't be able to do it in the base game. If you were playing as a human, you might be able to do that. Though I don't believe Rangers are able to dual class to thieves. So you'd have a problem doing that as well. A thing that you could try doing is having a human fighter who specializes in bows, and then dual class your fighter into a thief.
All right.
That may be a solution for you. Or you could play as an Elven fighter thief, a multi-class Elven fighter thief, and then you'd be able to get the abilities of a thief while continuing to have the fighter abilities, and you could specialize in bows. Hope that answers your question. It's a good one.
Alright, I don't know. That's weirdly brilliant.
Yeah, that might actually work.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Yeah, that might actually work.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Tonight you sleep.
I serve the flaming fist.
That guy serves the flaming fist. Alright, so you may notice we're not maxed out in terms of levels. We don't need to be, but I'm going to kill a whole bunch of basilisks anyway, just for, because you can't not. I mean, you can not if you really don't want to. You don't have to with this character, but we're gonna do it anyway.
That's weirdly brilliant.
It won't take very long. Perfectly honest.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Okay, so now that we're here, let's go ahead and bust out one oil of speed. And we're going to drink the oil of speed first. Then we're going to do protection from petrification on ourselves. Since oils of speed and protection from petrification both last 1 hour, once the oil of speed runs out, if it were to run out, then we would know that our protection from petrification is about to run out, and we would have to reapply protection from petrification. However, we are running extremely fast due to our boots of speed and oil of speed stacking on top of one another. So it's not going to take us very long to clear out this entire map of the stupid basilisks that plague it. So where's the other one? Come here. Whoops. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Running a little too fast. There we go. I'll address the level ups in a little bit. It's not a big deal. Oh, sure, why not? I'll blow a fireball on you, stupid Tasloy. We have the economy. Once Mutaman dies, his Greater Basilisk goes idle. And it won't fight back if you know, were to give it the old fire to the head. Double kill. Since each Basilisk is worth 1,400 experience, it's definitely worth to go ahead and just murder all of them. That's all the ones on this map, so we can very happily make our way south. Durlag's Tower. At Durlag's Tower, we can... Does this guy sell potions of power? Why do I have a feeling like he does? No, he doesn't. He sells potions of Master Thievery. Never mind. That's okay. We can sell him some of this stuff that we picked up. It's totally worthless to us. Yeah, here, you can have all this stuff. I was also thinking Angel of Death. Perfectly honest. Now we only hit one of the battle horrors. I'd love to hit both of them at the same time. There we go. Sure is fun fireballing stuff off screen, but I don't care. Part of the run, really.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Almost done outside of Baldur's Gate. Once we get this final book and experience from Durlag's Tower, then we can return to the city and finish up the game. Speaking of finishing up the game. Oh, still no word from my brother. So we'll try and finish up the game before he messages me. That way we don't have to...
Alright, fair enough.
Double up on... or like return to the Baldur's Gate stuff. Okay, good thing I still have this Potion of Clarity with me, so let's go ahead and just quaff that really quickly. Alright. Cool. So that's the last book. Let's go ahead and memorize all three of those. Or sorry, not memorize, learn all three of those. The all hit run must get hit by an enemy before being allowed to kill it. Oh my god. That's funny. Alright, so Charisma, Constitution, and Wisdom all got increased by 1, so let's go ahead and read out our final stats. Charisma 19, Wisdom 9, Int 19, Constitution 7, Dexterity 20, Strength 19. So we took a roll of 85 and turned it into a roll of 93 using the stat increasing tomes in the game.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Oh, I know. Let's do the super embarrassment play. You know how basilisks they get off on petrifying you? Yeah, what if we petrified it back? Take that, stupid basilisk. And we'll beat it to death with a stick. Look at me. I'm the basilisk now. Cool. There's also one trapped container on top of this roof. If you disarm it, you get a scimitar +2, which is pretty cool. If you're into using scimitars and not killing Drizzt, I guess.
That's weirdly brilliant.
Alright, Durlag's tower is all done.
All right.
Let's get back to the city. So the only thing we'd have to do now is buy any spells that we deem necessary. Let's go ahead and level up, sure. Why not? Okay, we still need to get to Thief level 7, but we can do that relatively quickly once we finish off all those stupid basilisks. How do we get back to the city as fast as we can? We have to go to this map first. Reapply invisibility.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Go to the friendly arm inn is 24 hours
That's
away.
Weirdly brilliant.
This would be a run killer if we weren't invisible.
All right, fair enough.
And it's a damn good thing we aren't.
All right, fair enough.
All right, let's return to the city.
Yeah, that
Hey, Elminster.
might actually work.
Hello, dumbass flaming fist.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Okay, so we still have stone skin in our inventory from way earlier. Let's go ahead and buy any other potions that we need before we're done here. So I'll go ahead and buy these potions of magic protection. I'd love to have those. I'll do something for something fun just to give it a shot since Lint told me about it yesterday. I'll go ahead and buy clairvoyance. What else do we need to get our hands on here? Minute meteors would be nice for Baldur's Gate 2. Spell deflection, sure, why not? What else do I really, like, absolutely need? Blur, worthless. Knock, worthless. Resist fear, sure, why not? Haste, absolutely. Chaos, yep. I'll buy 2. Teleport field, farsight, secret word, remove cursive. Look at all these spells that I just have absolutely no use for. Malison would be fine, I guess. Alright. Let's buy all that stuff. And we need to make sure that we write all of these spells successfully, so 2 potions of genius will do it. But we'll also get the potions of mind focusing for the upcoming Ducal Palace fight. So in order to make sure that we write spells successfully, we need to raise our int to 24 or 25. Which is the reason why I'm doing this.
So,
What do we got so far? We need big ticket items.
Yeah, no, I understand, Lint. Lint, what I'm gonna do instead is, since I'm fairly certain that there are no physical damage traps, that there might be one, is I'm going to use Stone Skin, but I'm also going to use Potions of Magic Protection as opposed to the Protection for Magic Scroll. So I'll set my magic resistance to 100 without removing any effects. So Stone Skin will still be up. That's what I'm going to try. And we'll go ahead and learn Clairvoyance as well. Alright, so we finally actually get to learn some of these spells, yeah? Clairvoyance and Haste, why not? And then for... we need to learn Stone Skin. Most important thing there. And now we have Stone Skin. Great.
That's weirdly brilliant. Alright, fair enough.
Oh, I also need to... Well, alright, let's do that from Black Lily.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah,
Hello.
that might actually work.
So we have so much money. It's insane how much money we have. But I'd like to buy +2 bullets from her. So she sells them in groups of 10, so I need to buy 24 of them. Wink. This is way more bullets than we'll ever need. I think like 20 would have been more than enough for our purposes, but this is fine. All right, great. Cool. So the next thing that we have to do, oh wow, is go to the northeast section of the city.
That's weirdly brilliant.
And we're gonna kick some dude's ass who totally deserves it.
Yeah, that might actually work.
As a mage thief, can you use short swords? Yes, absolutely. If you're thinking about the short sword of backstabbing, yes, I could use that. However, Ol's staff +3 is heavier damage dealer and still allows for backstabs.
Hello, mate. You look a friendly face.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Alright, so now we run faster than that dumbass. So all I need to do is get him in sight. Where is he?
Look at Kristen.
There he
honey.
is.
It's the heroes of the Sword Coast. They're the real deal.
We're the real deal, guys.
Look at
And then I just kite him backwards. Yes, it is a +3 short sword. It does 1d6 +3 piercing damage. The staff does 1d6 +3 crushing damage. I prefer crushing damage in every situation. I also have two-handed weapon style already. So this is my build out. It's quarterstaff sling and two-handed weapon style. Quarterstaves are more useful through the entire game. And then the next weapon proficiency that I'll take when I level up is going to be in long swords so that I can use Daystar at the start of Baldur's Gate 2. There's the text message from my brother. Good timing on him, right before we're
Yeah,
done.
I need a swig of some strong
might actually work.
dwarven ale.
All right, so let's finish this. Let's finish this run as fast as we can so that I can play Divinity with my brother. Okay, so let's go ahead and rest. And let's get ourselves over to the Ducal Palace where we can end that fight.
Weirdly brilliant.
And then go kick Sarabok's ass.
Ah, sir!
I've no interest in speaking to the likes of you. I've no interest in speaking to the likes of you.
Oh my god, that guy's no interest in speaking to the likes of me, but he keeps talking. Amazing. What a character. I'll buff while I'm on my way over there.
Hello?
Alright, Bill let me in. Got those invitations.
I serve the flaming fist.
Yes, sir. Here are the invitations. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Alright, fair enough.
Alright, so this is what we practiced yesterday, so all I have to do is go ahead and invis myself in. That way I can start the fight right next to my boy Sarabok.
What? All of
If I...
Perhaps I could interject. Wait.
Shut up! Let Sarvok speak.
And here comes the chaos. Right on top of these guys' heads. Lands on all 5. Sorry, all 6, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On all 5, just like yesterday, which is just amazing to me. And all we have to do now is avoid any of the ones that were attacking us specifically. We have Stone Skin up for that one instance where they actually attack us. There's still one floating around. Where is he? He managed to knock out a servant or so. Incredible. Talk to me, Belt. I am the law.
Run as you will. Cannot hide forever.
Alright, Ducal Palace is completed. And let's get sent onward. Where's my boy Belt? Talk to me. Isn't it incredible? Big props to Lintworm for suggesting it. That's the speedrunner strat, apparently.
Alright, fair enough.
Hey, Lint. Spell failed indoors. I didn't think that worked, but you were so insistent. We're so insistent.
Alright, fair enough.
Did you mean Farsight by chance? I just tried Clairvoyance indoors and it does not work. Spell failed indoors. Are we playing on different versions of the game, or did the Enhanced Edition patch out the maze? It's okay, I can deal with it, of course. But I was really excited to try it out. We're almost done here, guys. Just got to get through the maze, which involves a little bit of trap detection. Oh, I better level up. Not that it makes too big a difference, but if I did get a bonus to hit... Whoa, hold up. What's going on with set traps? Oh, everything's artificially inflated because of the dexterity. You've done it with a scroll from Sorcerer's Sundries? Maybe next time I'll try it with a scroll.
Might actually
Well, there may not be a next time with this character, because we are looking like we're about to do this first try. It all comes down to whether or not I am able to execute against Sarevok, but we're basically wrapping up here. It's this way, right? Yeah. Should be at least a couple more traps right here, and then that'll be it for traps. Where are they at? There's one. Next one. There. Wonderful. All right, great. So we're good on trap detection for the rest of the game. Using it from a scroll bypasses the indoors requirement. I see. That is very interesting. Had no idea that it worked that way, but we always are happy to learn new things. Next time, Lint. Next time.
All right, fair enough.
I'm sure we'll be back here at some point with a different character, perhaps. All right, let's get in here. All I need now are my potions of invisibility that I've acquired over the course of the game. Oil of speed will be just fine. Potion of power, and my 2 potions of magic protection. Those will be good. Potion of mind focusing won't hurt either. It doesn't make a difference, because I'm going to be doing melee stuff. So let's finish Sarevok off here. Drink our potions in order of longest duration to shortest duration, right? So potions of magic resistance last for 2 hours. The potion of mind focusing lasts for 12 hours. So we're going to drink all these, and then we are going to whack Sarevok with our staff until he falls over. Potion of power lasts for 4 turns. Save? Yeah. Right. No need for that here.
You are indeed family. No other could have. The streets will run. Face me! Face the new Lord of Murder!
I actually kind of want Sarevok to move away from the spot where he is right now. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a rock at him, and then I'm going to cast invisibility on myself. So here comes the rock. And then there goes the invisibility, right? So now he can't see me anymore. Here come a bunch of other spells for some reason. And now I am able to position myself between Sarevok and, like, in a backstabbing position much more easily. Yesterday, we were kind of stuck here, and I wasn't able to backstab every time that I wanted to. But we fixed that problem now. So here comes the first backstab. That did 33 damage, and then we reapply invisibility via potion immediately. and then we'll move behind him. Which direction is he pointed? He's pointed the wrong way still, so we'll get back behind him. There's another backstab for 42 damage. Reapply invisibility. Wait. Yeah, the first rock hit him too. Well, yeah, we drank a potion of power. Our rocks hit for... we have pretty good to hit on the rocks. How much damage did that rock do? That's a great question. I'm stalling because this fight is over. I've already won. 8 missile damage. Wow, incredible. Here comes the next stab, 42 damage. Reapply invisibility. The next stab will kill him.
You're all fired.
There it goes. 42 more crushing damage. 15,000 experience for Saravok dying, and I will apply invisibility again just so that I don't get hit by anything else on the way out. And that's it. Baldur's Gate 1, no damage, with a Mage Thief, solo, insane difficulty, first try. Yeah. All good. All is well.